Hi there. So welcome back. Good to see you again. I have a different dog with me today. This is another one of my pack. This is Maggie. Someday I'll tell you Maggie's story. But we're here today. Something I thought might be helpful is talking about something that's been challenging with me having a lot of dogs. And so I'm going to call this session Which Dog Peed? So we have our dogs, and we have a mix of boy and girl dogs, and we have this rotating group of fosters that come through. And so even though our dogs are housebroken, when we bring in new dogs, especially when we bring in male dogs, our male dogs here revert sometimes to having accidents in the house. And so I was driving myself crazy though, because we have 3 male dogs and I couldn't figure out which ones were doing the marking. It's tough to, you almost have to retrain them, right, when they get back into those habits. But I couldn't figure out which ones were having the problem in order to work with them, and working with all of them. And just, kind of for reference, I'm like all of you. I have, all these dogs and the rescue and shelter we're doing, but a full-time job and kids and, the whole thing. So, what I did, I looked at some of the solutions that are available online, because they do have some solutions that, like an alarm that will go off when your animal has an accident or is marking, and an alarm that goes off, but they're really expensive. They're like, almost $200. So instead, I got a pack of these, and I'll hold it up here a little bit. These are actually, what they're made for is to go under sinks or like a water heater, so that if you have a leak, they go off. And I think this one, let's see if it has a battery in it. No, the battery's gone. Oh, there it goes. Well, it went off for a second. So it's not super loud, but so let me go back to the story. So what I did is I took these and I put them in the spots where the marks were, where I was seeing frequent spots, because there were like 3 spots in the house that they were going to. And so I put one of these at each of those spots, and they came in a pack of 5 or 6. Actually, I'll put the link of what I bought in the comments so you can see what I actually purchased. And so here's the pros and the cons. The pros, these did exactly what I wanted them to do. When the dogs peed, it went off, and I was able to figure out who was doing it. And so that helped me focus my efforts on the correct animal when I was trying to retrain and get them out of that habit. The other thing it did is it shocked them, because they weren't used to hearing that noise when it would go off. So it was a deterrent in that they learned that that was not a good place to go. Now, the negatives of this, downsides are, these are good for a couple of uses, but they're not, I'm using them for a purpose they're not really intended for. So it's difficult to clean them. You can clean them, but once you clean them and put them back out, they don't work quite as well, after like the second time. So kind of you're getting them, for what it's worth. The other thing is that once my dog learned where they were and what they did, they actually picked a new spot to go to. But I knew who the offender was, so I was still able to work with that dog. So it solved the problem I was having, but it's not foolproof. It still requires you to come in and to work with your dog and to try to get them out of that habit. But at least it'll help you to figure out which dog it's happening with. So like I said, I'll put the link for these in the comments, and yeah, let me know if it helps, or if you have other ideas. I would love to read those too. All right, thanks a lot.